What's up, everyone? It's day 22 of 75 hard. I just finished my second workout of the day. I did a 45-minute, 35-pound ruck again today. Didn't do any push-ups. I just did the walk and with the weight, and felt real sore today. Today I woke up and went to the gym and did a little bit of cardio, and then I did back for my workout. Did a little bit of abs like I've been doing each day. Went and got some groceries, made some food, laid down for a little while. Then I just did my 45-minute outdoor workout. I've worked once again tonight. As you can see, I'm still in my camper. About an hour and a half, hour and 15 till I need to go. So I'm gonna film this, probably lay down again, try to get a little bit of rest. Hopefully work isn't as difficult as it has been. Last night wasn't too bad, but the nights just dragged by. About 2 and 3 o'clock is whenever it starts dragging and I get tired, but either way, you just gotta get through it. Today, I drove past some place, I forgot what it was called, something buttermilk, and it was a pie shop. Buttermilk, if you haven't ever had buttermilk pie, it's my favorite and it's really good. So I thought about that for a little bit, but it was something now I'm going to notice each day when I'm driving to the gym because it's on the same road. But that's nice to have things like that you can overcome each time you have a difficulty or a craving or something that you are having a problem with. Whenever you overcome it, that's how you build a reputation with yourself. But other than that, just ate the food that I was supposed to be eating. I'm currently down to 223 from starting weight of 235. So that's not bad, 12 pounds. It's only been 3 weeks, which I don't have a whole lot of weight to lose anyways, but it's nice that it's coming off consistently. Whenever that happens, you know that you're doing the right thing, you're burning more calories than you're taking in. And obviously if I'm doing all this work and these workouts, I'm well over burning the calories that I'm consuming just from my metabolic rate, and my activity rate is probably close to 3,500 to 4,000 calories a day, and I'm not consuming anywhere near that, more around 2,500. So everything else feels fine. You just got to deal with the soreness. It's one of those things. It does get easier. It gets to where it's dragging by in this program and it's annoying almost. But the more you keep stepping on and keep moving forward and consistently progress, it does get easier. And that's what happens with anything in life. If you're working towards a goal, it may not always get easier, but it will get to where you can overcome it a lot easier. Just have your different mindset and just attack everything and reevaluate your goals as you keep going. Today I wanted to say something that a lot of us have issues with, because we let things that have happened in our past consume us, whether it be something we did or something that we went through. If you had a rough childhood, or if you had abusive parents or if you had an abusive spouse, or bad relationships, bad business dealings, bad business partners. A lot of us can go through things can happen. For example, I grew up, by the time I'm done with this video, I will have said more talking here than I ever did talking to my dad. And we lived in the same house for 17 years. He's basically just a piece of shit, alcoholic, abusive idiot. Never once taught us anything, never once was there to, be the dad that you need to be for your kids. Like literally the worst possible thing you can think of scenario wise, minus there being any kind of pedo shit. So the result of that is I realized what I would wish I had whenever I was growing up. So I became that person for my daughter, because there's nothing more important to me than raising her to be the right person, to be a great leader, to understand how life works, how you deal with things, and being able to see, for her to be able to see me overcome that and consistently hold my word of what we're going to do, and the things I say we're going to do always happen. It makes me feel good because I'm setting the bar high. She's not going to end up with some loser that doesn't take care of himself and isn't a great example to other people around her or the world. Hopefully, the skills that I've taught her and the lessons that I've taught her, as I've learned them, they will guide her throughout her life. But that doesn't necessarily have to be the only thing. If you have a bad relationship that you've been through, somebody cheated on you, if you had felonies, which I have dealt with in my past. I did some stuff about 10 years ago, a little over 10 years ago, where I got in trouble while I was using alcohol and pain medicine together, and the combination does not go good. Obviously, if you guys know, if you've had that problem before, you don't need to mix things like that. And you obviously should also cut out the alcohol if you have problems getting into problems while you're on those things. But the main thing I'm getting at here is you don't have to be that person that you're expected to be by everybody else. You can be anybody you want to be, and you can change right now. Just because you have had those things happen to you, you can use them as lessons, so that way whenever other people are going through things, you can be able to teach them and guide them through so they can overcome them. And then it can be a ripple effect, how everybody's helping each other. Also, even if you have problems with the law and you have a background like that, you can always step up and not be that person that ends up back in the cycle. That's a lot of people, it's just a reciprocal door going in and out of jail. But you don't have to live your life like that. You can choose right now and decide you're not going to be the one that just follows the path that everybody expects it out of you based on your previous all your actions. And there's a saying that says generational trauma spreads like wildfire downhill until somebody steps up and says, not me, not on my watch. And you can be that person. You need to be that person for your family. If you're spreading even if it's a disorder, if you have depression, in some instances, I believe this stuff is passed along, especially if it's always talked about, like we have this, we have that, these problems, instead of how we overcome them, what the work is that we need to do to be able to deal with them. If you're not correcting those things, and even if it's obesity, you know how painful it is for you and how your life has been. If you're always overweight, you're 100, 200 pounds overweight, whatever it is, you're passing that pain along to your children, not letting them eat the healthy foods that they need to be in good shape. You're just passing that pain along. And it's time to step up and say, no more. This is how it's going to be. Make a plan. Don't let anything stop you. Keep working at it. And the results will be there. If you commit to the betterment of yourself, the pursuit of the best version of you, if you commit to that, you may not end up exactly where you imagine, but you're always going to get a lot closer there than if you didn't do anything at all. So don't just sit around and have negativity. There's a lot of things that come at different traumas that people have gone through in their past. It could be a lot of different variations. You could be, if you're a felon, it's hard to get an apartment. You can't get an apartment anywhere. It's hard to get a job at certain places. But there is places that you can. And for example, I have my own business doing what I'm doing, flowback work, well testing. You can do stuff like that. For example, you can just, whatever is on your heart, that's what you need to step up and do. But the main thing is, don't pass that along to your children. Don't pass that along to your spouse. Don't pass that along to the people in your life. Step up, say, this is not going to happen on my watch, and be that man or that woman or whoever you are, and set the example, set the bar high, so that way everybody around you knows how to be a better person, be a leader, and be respected. So that's all I have for today. I'm going to upload this real quick and try to lay down for a little bit, go back to work for my 12 hours, keep doing this. It's going by quickly being in this routine like this. I basically do the exact same thing every day. It gets tiring, but the reason I don't include my work as my outdoor cardio or my outdoor workout is just to make it more difficult. I easily could just time what I'm doing at work because it's consistent. I could track the calories. It would count as a workout realistically, but I'm not doing that just because I want it to be even more difficult. I want to get more out of the program. And if you're thinking about starting the program, listen to episode 208 on the Real AF feed, Andy Frisella, and learn about the Live Hard and the 75 Hard program. The 75 Hard program is the beginning part, the boot camp, so to speak, of the Live Hard program. Live Hard program is 1 year long. You can look into that and get the full details on that. If you're thinking about starting it, I suggest that's the easiest way to see what it's all about. Decide before you start that you're not going to compromise one bit, because you're not going to get the most out of the program if you do. And there's no point in doing it. You're not going to get halfway better. You're still going to be breaking the promises and breaking the commitments to yourself if you're not fulfilling each task exactly how it's supposed to be. Yesterday, if you haven't read this book, The Power of One More by Ed Milet, very good. It's the second time I've read it. I will definitely even read it again. If you haven't read it, definitely get that. It's one of the #1 books in the world. It's only been out for a little over a year. I got this book to start today. John C. Maxwell, The 16 Undeniable Laws of Communication. It's his new book. I haven't read anything from him before, but he was on Ed Milet's show about 2 months ago, and I ordered the book. So maybe I'll get better at talking on this because of this. Whatever it is that you're reading, make sure that it's something that's you can apply in your life, and that you can get the most out of what you're reading. Make sure you're putting all your attention into what you're reading. Don't just read and not understand what you're reading. You want to get the most out of it that you can. I'm excited to start that book. I want to learn what it says, basically the laws of communication, and be better at speaking and potentially get to where I can stand in front of people and speak. So obviously that would be a goal to have. You got to set the bar high. I have big goals and big expectations for what I'm trying to do here. This is just the beginning. It may not grow and be very popular at the beginning. That's just with anything. It's not always going to be a viral video the very first time you start doing something. And you have to start somewhere, and you're going to most likely not be very good at it. So the point is just start. I know I could do better at this. I don't edit this. I just talk and then I just post it. So it's real. There's nothing I clip into it or out of it. Sometimes I lose my train of thought while I'm thinking, and I just pause for a second. And you may notice that, you may not, but it happens to me. I feel like my brain shuts off, and I have a glitch in the matrix. But if you haven't, like I said, if you haven't read The Power of One More, definitely get that. If you don't follow Ed Milet on Instagram, on Facebook, or on all major streaming platforms for his podcast, definitely do that. He's an amazing speaker. The way he talks about everything is so eloquent, and you can get a lot of out of what he provides. The value he provides is unreal. So the ultimate guide to happiness and success, it's very true. You need to be a one more thinker, a one more doer, a one more chance person, and live your life like that. So if you haven't read it, check that out. If you're thinking about starting 75 Hard, start tomorrow. Quit waiting. We're running out of time. Who knows what's going to happen in the world as things change. You can't just keep putting off things for tomorrow and next week when you need to do them today. That's the point of the program, is to get you to stop being that type of person and be a better leader for everybody around you. If you like the content, please like and subscribe. Thank you for following along. If you're doing the 75 Hard program, I hope everything's going good for you. Stick it out. It's definitely worth the feeling that you get at the end when you complete it. It's well worth it. The results that you're going to achieve, the mindset alteration that you're going to achieve, all of it's worth it. So stick to it if you're doing it. Start tomorrow if you haven't started it. Quit wasting time. Start whatever's on your heart and on your mind all the time. Start working towards it, because like I said, you're running out of time. And imagine just being 80 or whatever age, laying down at the end of your life and regret all the things that you didn't do. You got to start. So with that, today's day 22. I'll be back tomorrow for day 23. Peace.